Hello, my friends. How are you doing today? I hope you all are doing very well. Um, I went a little bit overboard, and I'll show you some results here. But I'm getting to the point where it's getting harder and harder to spend and spend events because as I've gone to G6, just the things I can spend on, I'm running out. So we'll see how effective I'm going to be spending on things to unlock officers for you all in the future. So this may be it. Who knows? Anyways, I was able to spend a crazy amount of resources and materials and unlock Annorax. So we did some testing last night on stream, and I was going to just pull footage from stream, but I thought, you know what? Let's try and make a more of a concise video that talks specifically about things, so I don't have to do a whole bunch of editing, or you don't have to wait a whole long time. So let's talk about Annorax, the different places I personally tested him, and where I've heard from other players that he works or doesn't work, and we'll go into that. So you have the information and you can see his value in the game. So let's hop into it and let's talk about it. Why? Because the players matter. All right, so here we are in game, and just to kind of show, I thought I might as well show a battle report and just do some quick math. It won't be anything super complicated, but just so you know, I wanted to show you that. Okay, so what I want to start with is talking about Annorax. And by the way, just really quick, because it's super helpful to help me grow this channel, if you haven't subscribed, doesn't cost you a thing to do so, but it really does help grow the channel. If you don't mind hitting that subscribe button, hitting the thumbs up and the bell notification so you know when I release new content is actually super helpful in the Google, or I keep calling Google in my videos, don't I? In the YouTube algorithm. Anyways, getting the information, doing that helps me get this information out and supports the growth of the channel and all I'm able to do for you all. So that would be really, really awesome. Okay, so let's hop into it. Annorax here, Voyager 30th anniversary. Obviously, time is patient. His officer ability is going to increase as you level or able to tier him. Don't yet know, at least I don't. If you've heard, please let me know in the comments, but I don't currently know about future sourcing for Annorax. So we'll have to see, but having more apex barrier, more basically mitigation, is going to be helpful as you're out and about hitting your hostiles. The one that I am most interested in is this past, present, and future. The captain's ability increases select rewards from hostile chests. So it's not the loot you're getting from the hostiles, but the actual drops. You think about the number of things that Scopely's been releasing lately. Hostiles seem to be more valuable. For example, the mirror universe. Everyone knows you get more loot from hitting the hostiles and getting their loot boxes than actually the loot. And you can do both. You can have some loot officers like 5 of 11 on the bridge to help with loot drops as you're hitting the hostiles, but the actual boxes are kind of the target for Annorax. G3 to G6 parts and refined materials. For those who have been hitting hostiles and paying attention, you do have some materials that drop, so we'll increase that, which is great. FKR messages. So if you're going out and say hitting in the special Borg systems and the Voyager systems, supposed to be able to get more messages. Credits. So one place for that would be in the mirror universe. So think about using Annorax in the mirror universe for hitting the surveys in the mirror universe. Herogen relics, for those of you who have not maxed your Voyager, that can help you with that progression there, because those are a pain to get sometimes. They can take quite a few hits. Mycelium is, for me, I don't know, maybe lower level players who are in the lower 40s, maybe that is still a pain point because you're using it a lot. Exotic biotoxins, also Voyager, I believe that is. So that's good for your turn-ins. Zindi scraps and bounties. Zindi scraps, possibility there. We'll talk about that a little bit, but I kind of feel like getting Zindi scraps using like the archer crew, if you have them, is going to be more effective. Bounties could be interesting as you're able to get more bounties. I don't personally do that, but you know, that can be helpful. Trillium, that's something we'll talk about here in a little bit, and Fatu Cray scraps. And we know Fatu Cray, that's one of the things where it is really good to get, have an officer that can do that, and hitting the hostiles, you'll get more. So 30% of base with 5% from command and 10 from science and engineering. And if we scroll down to the bottom here, we can see that you get 10% both from Seska and Suitor. So these officers will be good to unlock as well, providing some additional benefits to Annorax. So with 10% each, plus his 30% from the ability here, total 50%. Okay, so since I don't have those, I'm still working on those at the point of this video, the point of the recording of this video anyways. 30% is what I am working with, so hopefully I'll be able to work on the others. I didn't unlock the new ship this month, just budget. Once I said it before in videos, but I decided this time around to spend some money on an electric guitar, and if you were on my stream, you got to see it. I showed it with you, at least what it looks like. I'm still practicing, so I'm having a squirrel moment. I shouldn't do that. Anyways, so total 30% is what we're looking at for now, okay? So let's look. So what I did was I was hitting some of the, for the rare chips, I had Pike in the captain's chair. I guess I can show you right in the battle report here. But let's look here. So the first ship that I hit had Pike, E-Data, and Harrison. And with that crew, for those of you who don't know, I think it was around tier 7, tier 8. I could use I want to say maybe it was tier 8. I could do it without boosting, but around tier 7 or 8, you can, maybe even 6, you can use the Titan Max Fortify, and you can actually punch these hard enough that you can knock out the 40s in one round. But anyways, that's the crew that I use just to kind of give a test. So remember, it's not going to really compare these results right here, because that's what we're getting from the hostile, but it's the chest. So in the chest, we got 10 rare chips and 3,100 tech modules. And this is where the quick math's going to come in. We know that 10 times 1.3, so that's the 30%. We should get 13 of those. And then how many tech modules? Times 1.3, we should get 40/30. So we'll go and we'll collect that. Yay! And then let's hop in and look at the other hostile I hit. That's right, I went back just for one hostile, but I have like 500 of those tokens, so it wasn't a big deal. If we go here, about the same there, but if we claim on the mega chest, see, 13 and 40/30. The math holds true. So we're getting extra tech modules and extra rare chips. The tech modules, I feel like there's other crews that if you're just going for tech modules that you can get pretty easy. With you know, if you have the Archer crew unlocked, Archer, Phlox, and Tucker, with synergy, I think it's like 300%, and so not that big of a deal. But for the rare chips, yeah, to be able to get those even quicker. I know if they came out with a Prime, I think it's supposed to help with the turn-ins for that. But being able to get these rare chips once you have the ability to get these and farm them is so important for you to be able to get as many of the epic and rare. What you call it, credits, X-Borg credits. Where is the X-Borg Enterprise? There we go. So I'm talking about these special opportunity chests. They cost 100 each to pull. Okay, and so I can't click on this see, but they give a good amount of epic and rare X-Borg credits, which are fantastic for you to keep up in your X-Borg store, getting those favors and so forth. So that is really super helpful there. So we also did some other testing. We talked about the Zindi. If you don't have the Archer crew, it's possible that this may be a good crew for you to get some additional loot. But there's also Leslie crew. There's Leslie Punch Up crew with Leslie Moreau, and then Giorgio or Nero that I used for a long time. But if you don't have the Archer crew, it could be something you'd have to look at and consider. Some other testing that we did last night, we went to the Mirror Universe and we hit the hostels there. And the main thing that I tested was we went to the Mirror Universe and we hit some hostels, and we proved that they got additional raw Trillium from the hostels. We also proved that you can go in and you can hit the survey ships, the Enterprise D hostels, the Enterprise E hostels in those systems, that they will drop the liquid Trillium D, and we proved that with this crew, it actually increases by the expected, the 30% in my case, the amount of Trillium D that you get from the hostels. So one strategy that I have used, let me show you really quick here, and this is something we did on stream. I've been doing it for a little while now because of that. But going to Mir Daban here, it has the Trillium, or the what is that, Trillium A, I guess it is. I can't remember the names of everything, I apologize. But going in there and mining, and then you can mine that stuff pretty quick. You can also go up to Sidalaga here. Both of these systems have the Enterprise E hostel, so you can just mine until the Enterprise E hostel appears, and then you can go and hit it. So you could actually put Annorax on your crew there, and so you're not only you're mining fast, but you're also getting 30% more. And it doesn't sound like a lot, but if you're looking at the costs of, for example, doing all your turn-ins, it can be helpful to make sure you're getting as much of that Trillium D as you can. And then also, that you're getting the Trillium D, because if you're focusing not just on your turn-ins in the Mirror Universe store, but if you're also trying to level and promote the PvP officers, so Mirror Picard, Mirror Data, they are quite expensive. I could check, but I swear that I tiered Picard, and just take him from tier 1 to tier 2 costs like 5,000. So kind of pricey. So it's good to have something else that works in the game. Something that we tested as well, you've got the Q Continuum. Where are they? The Q Continuum hostels in these systems here, dropping the loot that you need for which turn-ins were they? I think it was for, wasn't for these, because that's the Revenant, but I think it was for the for this exchange right here, for the Chaos material. We tested that, and unfortunately it does not work on those hostels. So the bonuses you get from the Revenant, for those who haven't unlocked it, there's bonuses with the Revenant for those hostels. There's also research for it, but the Annorax did not work on those hostels. What else? We also theorized that technically Scopely sometimes programs things and they don't work as it completely explains. And we went out and we hit a 60 level uncommon Klingon Armada, just to see if the loot box was going to be affected there, both without and with Annorax. And sadly, no. The loot box did not change with Annorax, so he does not work on FKR Armadas. So good job, Scopely, on programming that correctly, I guess. What else? So something that I talked to some players about was Voyager. And Voyager, the commerce insignias and the relics, does appear to work. So there is that for you, those of you who are still doing the Voyager. Bottom line, there's a lot of value, I think, in Annorax. You'll have to let me know if you think he's worth the unlock, worth the spend. I think there's a lot of PvE in this game, like a lot. I don't do, as I've told many of you before, I don't do a lot of PvP because it's so unbalanced in the game. And I think with Apex Barrier, they tried to, I don't know, level the playing field, extend the rounds of battles, so it was a little bit more fun. But still, spenders are going to spend, and free to play are going to free to play, and I'm somewhere in the middle, lean more towards the free to play. And so, you know, just don't have the ships, or don't, you know, when you're a G4 player and you're facing a G5, or yeah, like some with the G5 rare or epic ship, you know, someone that can punch down so far that they're in a completely different like grade of ship than you. Oftentimes it doesn't matter what what crew you have, you're gonna get obliterated, and that's for the most part. I know there's some exceptions, but gosh, it's just so unbalanced. It's not too fun for me. Kudos to you if it is. But anyways, there's Annorax. There's my thoughts. I think for the amount of PvE there is in the game, I think it's a great addition to the game. Well, to see about the sourcing of the other officers. Hopefully we'll be able to unlock those without too long a time, and hopefully you all will be able to unlock Annorax with some free-to-play sourcing if you're not able to spend as crazy as I did this time around to unlock him. So let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Feel free to join Discord. Always love to have new people join there and add to the community. Just trying to grow that, once again, that community of people, players helping players to get better and have fun at this game. So anyways, there's a video. Hopefully you had fun and learned something, and we'll talk to you next time.